Welcome to Primary Source. I'm John.
And I'm Maya.
If you're fed up with mainstream media, this is your podcast.
If you're tired of official media propaganda, this is your podcast. So help us out and subscribe today.
Well, it's official. New York City has fallen. I'm not even being hyperbolic. Just look at the covers of the New York Post. They're basically writing the obituary for the greatest city on earth. One headline reads, "The Red Apple." Another one says, "On your marks, get set, Zoe." They're finally just calling him what he is, a communist. It's a tragedy. How did the establishment, the media, everyone just let this happen? How did they let an open communist take over New York City?
They didn't let it happen, John. They actively facilitated it. For months, the entire media propaganda machine was normalizing this man, Zohran Mamdani. They called him a progressive, a democratic socialist, anything but the truth. The New York Post is the only outlet that seems to have the guts to state the obvious. This isn't a progressive victory. It's an invasion of an ideology that destroys everything it touches.
But he denies it, right? The article here says that when reporters ask him if he's a communist, he just says, "No, I'm a democratic socialist."
Of course, he denies it. It's a calculated semantic shield, but his own words betray him, and it's all right there in the record. The Fox News Digital Review found a speech he gave in 2021 to the Democratic Socialists of America. He talked about their end goal. And what was that end goal? His exact words were seizing the means of production.
Wait, seizing the means of production? That's not some new progressive talking point. That's straight out of the textbook.
It's not just out of the textbook, it's the foundational slogan of Karl Marx's The Communist Manifesto from 1848. It is the central defining idea. You cannot say that and then claim you're not a communist. It's a lie. The article even brings in a scholar, Lee Edwards, who points out that Marx himself used the terms socialism and communism interchangeably. The distinction Mamdani is trying to make is a modern political convenience, not a real ideological difference.
Look at this cover, the Red Apple. The fact that this is a real headline in 2025, this is exactly why we created Primary Source.
The official propaganda machine ignored the warnings until it was too late. Now, they are trying to manage the narrative. If you are sick of the lies that led to the fall of New York and you want to support a platform that tells the truth before it's too late, help us fight back. Hit that subscribe button right now.
So beyond the labels, what does he actually want to do? What does seizing the means of production look like in New York City in the 21st century?
It looks like a complete dismantling of the society. He's been very clear. He has openly talked about the abolition of private property. He said that if a system that guarantees housing for everyone requires the abolition of private property, then that system is preferable to what is going on right now. He's also said he doesn't believe billionaires should exist and has a tax plan to make that a reality.
So he's targeting wealth, he's targeting private property. This isn't just policy. This is a war on the very idea of ownership and success.
Exactly. And it gets even more practical and frankly terrifying. His platform calls for the state to run basic operations like bus lines and even grocery stores. The Heritage Foundation expert in the article, Mike Gonzalez, puts it perfectly. He says, state stores are the bread and butter of communism, except they don't contain either bread or butter and are usually empty. We have seen this experiment fail catastrophically for 100 years, and now they want to run it in Manhattan.
And people are reacting. The article alludes to this Mamdani effect, with firms and residents fleeing the city. It's not just a theoretical threat anymore.
No, Wall Street got the message. But the most damning evidence is who he surrounds himself with and who he admires. His campaign's brain trust includes an activist named Sia Weaver. This person posted on social media, "Elect more communists and seize private property." It couldn't be more explicit. And if you still have any doubts, in 2020, Mamdani himself posted on X calling for a communist mayor for New York City, specifically praising a communist mayor in India he called Comrade Arya Rajendran. Comrade, he's telling you who he is.
So the expert warning in the article comparing this to Venezuela, where an election becomes the last free and fair one, that's not hyperbole. That's a legitimate fear based on this guy's own words and associations.
It is the historical pattern, and this is the part that should terrify everyone, whether you live in New York or not. This is a warning for the rest of America. They always test these things in New York or California first. Don't think for a second your city isn't next. The propaganda machine that normalized him and attacked anyone who told the truth is national. They ignored the warnings, and now a communist is in charge of America's largest city.
But that's all the time we have for today.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next episode of Primary Source.